So I know we're in the middle of May right now, but you know about the New Year, New Me nonsense that really comes around every year? I know we're in the middle of May right now, but do you know the New Year, New Me nonsense that comes around after every December? Yeah, well, I stayed away from it this year because, well, I could never really fulfill all my promises or, well, goals that I wrote to myself on the 1st of January every year. And, well, I don't really feel that much happier not having to do that this year, but if you're one of those people that can keep your New Year's resolutions intact, well, don't let my words stop you. You keep being awesome, keep doing what you're doing. What I've discovered, for me it seems, that with every new year, we have new types of problems. Now, normally, there wouldn't be any issue dealing with those new problems, but unfortunately for me, this year, it's kind of taken a toll on me. And if you've been paying attention to my channels on YouTube and Twitch, clearly I have been inactive for like the past 3 weeks or so. No doubt that the troubles that I've been trying to sort out in the past 6 months had made its way into what I do online. Now, I'll try to think and list of the problems I've been dealing with this year, though it may seem nothing more than a laundry list of excuses. I hadn't posted anything on YouTube, let alone stream on Twitch, so I just have to post something to let people know that I'm still alive and well and still trying to make YouTube as a hobby to me, of sorts. Now, I do ask that you take the time to listen to what I have to say, but if you can't be bothered to listen to my problems, I do not blame you at all. Now, I'm going to start with my most major problem, which will be connected to the problems that I'll be talking about later. So, you go through finals exams week, you're done. Summer is right there waiting for you. Nothing stops you from enjoying what you want to do without the fear of being blindsided by the homework you forgot that was due on Monday night. It should be motivating enough that you have such free time to do what it is that you want before you have to go back to school in August or September. Well, thing is, that motivation, I kinda lost it, and I guess it stems from one of the final exams. For this particular course, for this final exam, I was with a group of friends. We were studying 4 days straight, trying to get all the formulas, trying to anticipate every single problem that could be on the final exam. Well, we were feeling great about it. We knew that none of us would be getting a solid A- on there. Above a B-, that wouldn't be too shabby now, is it? The thing is, no amount of studying could prepare us for what was on that final exam. All the practice problems suggested that we did, all the past exams that we taken before the finals, none of that mattered because this final exam was completely different from what was on the other exams regarding the concepts. Now, I didn't really plan on making excuses for why I wasn't adequately prepared for the final exam, so I made sure to cover all my bases, even reviewing the concepts that we'd barely gone over in class. But, like I just said, that didn't matter. I walked out of that final exam devastated and defeated. You see, I was never really doing that well in that course, and I thought my grade was gonna plummet a letter grade, or a letter grade and a half, because that's how serious the final exam was, in that course at least. Now, I'm no perfectionist by any means, but having a C, D, let alone an F, that would irk me if I saw that in my transcript. And, well, considering how the final exams went, I wouldn't expect no lower than a C. Well, that'd be alright, right? After all, C's get degrees. Like I said, a C would bother me so much on a transcript. But that was my second to last final exam, and I had another one, which was an easy one, the next day, but I was too sad or too down to even study for that one. I spent that whole afternoon after that final just down in the dumps, worrying about how much my GPA would drop, my average GPA, and what would that mean in the future. It didn't really help that we had to wait a week and a half to see what our final results were. I suppose that at that point, it was already too late. Between the time after I took that final exam and when I got the final results back, everything that I seemed to enjoy, it did not seem enjoyable at all. I don't even know if I was really happy within that time span either. That idea of not doing well on that final exam kind of rocked my motivation, my will to do stuff in life. my motivation to do what I need to do just kind of vanished. So much so that the only exciting thing for me to look forward to was to just go to sleep. Now, that sounds like a red flag, right? Well, I assure you, it's not depression. I still take care of myself and I'm not feeling suicidal. But I just started believing that I failed at everything that I did and what I tried to accomplish. And I've had some ridiculous thoughts run through my head. You should be having a 6-figure salary right now. Why are you returning to your parents' house every summer in college? Shouldn't you be having a house owned by now? And I did start comparing myself to others my age, how successful they are, how well off they are, in comparison to how I am doing. Now, it didn't really make me sad per se. It just made me really, really disappointed in myself. And believing that there's little I could do at this point, I just started giving up a little, if you know what I mean. So, there goes my motivation, therefore, there goes my energy. I became more lethargic. I didn't really want to get out of bed, and if I did, I started thinking so much about sleeping 1 hour after I'm awake. Do I really want to start uploading to YouTube again? Do I really want to start Twitch streaming again? Do I want to go to the gym? Do I want to keep taking care of myself? And that more or less seemed to be the daily routine. To me, it just seemed like a vicious cycle of, oh, I woke up, there's little I could do, well, I'll just mosey on through the day until I go to sleep and wake up, do the same thing. Not a healthy mindset or a healthy lifestyle. But I feel trapped in this mindset, and it's really hard for me to put effort in to get out of it. I guess the only option for me is to wait until my motivation comes back to me, my will revitalized, so I can start doing what has to be done. So, long story short, after finals exams, I fell into a slump which continues to this day, and I struggle to get out of it. With that major problem out of the way, I want to list a few other problems that I had going for me ever since the summer break started. Lethargy, which I had previously mentioned. No amount of caffeine will ever really wake me up and make me feel motivated to do anything. If anything, it makes me jittery about how I should sleep, which doesn't really make sense at first. Well, it never really made any sense, but that's how my body works now, I guess. College friends. Now, they've done nothing wrong to me, but every time I see their Snapchat stories or their Instagram stories, it always looks like they were having fun. And, well, that kinda gets me going. What should I do that looks like fun? And I tried to rack in my brain, but it doesn't really work. So it just kinda puts me even more down in the dumps. Now, I know that's a stupid thing to think about, but given my current state, it's hard not to. And then there are personal health issues that I currently have. And, well, I do take my prescribed medications, but they do little, if anything, anymore. But I can get that fixed as soon as possible. So, who knew that taking a seemingly impossible final exam could lead to this much sadness? Well, I didn't, until the summer started. And of course, I did get my final grades back. It turned out I had one of the best grades of my college career, but I believe the damage had already been done, mentally. So, now my thought changes. So what? My grades won't prove much of how useful I can be in the real world. It really isn't fun having this sadness linger over you every single day, especially during a time where you should enjoy yourself the most. All too often, I hear a "everything gets better though" type of line. Most people whom I know are sincere with that comment, but to me it really just sounds like no more than a lie. Everything gets worse, and well, from my personal experience, year after year, it really seems to be the case. If it sounds like that I'm whining about my whole situation, maybe I am. But this is something I kinda have to vent about. Now, most people would tell me that you have it easy and all that sort of stuff, Yeah, I know, maybe. What makes it even sad for me is that, from the outside looking in, I do have it kind of easy, compared to most of the other children around the world. They don't get to have the same opportunity that I do. And yet, here I am, complaining about wasting my life away. But, I suppose that can't be helped. At least, not at this time. In any case, this is the end of my rant. So if you did stick around to listen to me, well, I owe you a huge thanks, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen to what I have to say, even if it did sound a little dumb. And if you like, you can in the comment sections below tell me how your year is going so far, good or bad. In the meantime, I'll do my best to update my YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch channels. I can't really make any guarantees though. Let us hope for the better half of the year 2019. See you next time.